In the 19th century, Finland was, simply put, poor. In 1866 it went through a famine. There was no money to import food from Europe, and the government was incapable of dealing with it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Seed and I am super excited to meet you. Okay guys, we're checking out a video today and this one is titled The Economy of Finland, okay, exploring Finnish comedy. I am super excited to check this video out. Okay, I really want to see what the economy of Finland is like. Okay, I am super excited to check this video out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell, guys, so you don't miss out whenever I upload a new video. Okay, to my returning subscribers, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for always tuning in. But I waste too much of your time, guys. Let's check this video out.
The Nordic countries are rich. We often hear about the success of Norway, but almost never about the others. And Finland has a lot going for it. It's the 16th richest country in the world in terms of GDP per capita. It was ranked as the happiest country for many years in a row. The standards of living are high, homelessness has pretty much been abolished, and it's one of the cleanest and greenest places on earth. It boasts one of the highest life expectancies in the world. Its capital, Helsinki, has been in the best cities to live in rankings since the early 2000s, and all of this without vast oil reserves like Norway. But how? In the 19th century, Finland was, simply put, poor. In 1866 it went through a famine. There was no money to import food from Europe, and the government was incapable of dealing with it. As a result, about 10% of the entire population was lost in just 2 years. The country was also late to industrialize, and the Finnish economy was primarily agricultural until the Winter War with the Soviet Union in 1939. Finland was forced to finally develop manufacturing to help with the war effort. Though Finland fought hard, the 105-day war had a crippling effect on it. It ceded about 9% of its territory to the Soviet Union and had to accept over 400,000 refugees from Karelia, and was later pushed to fight alongside the Germans in the Second World War, in the aftermath of which the country was obligated to pay out large reparations to the Soviets. To pay them back, Finland needed to develop heavy industry, and that it did, soon becoming a big trader in European markets because of it. Unlike most countries, Finland didn't nationalize after the war, and most of the manufacturing remained in private hands. The Finnish industry recovered quickly. Its output surpassed pre-war levels in 1946, and continued to grow until the early 1950s. The second part of the 20th century was a peaceful but bumpy ride. Booms were followed by recessions, a number of financial disasters, and surges in unemployment. Nonetheless, Finland recovered after each blow and emerged better than ever. Today, Finland is a typical advanced economy with a population of 5.5 million people. The service sector is the largest one, taking up 2/3 of the Finnish economy, followed by manufacturing and smaller agricultural sector. Finland is not rich in natural resources. All it has is timber and some mineral reserves, but it's really efficient with what it has. Forest products have been playing a vital role for Finland for 2 centuries now. The Finnish timber is exported worldwide, and it's still an important energy source. About 20% of all energy consumed in the country still comes from wood. But 75% of it comes from forest industry waste rather than precious logs. And Finns care about their forests. To prevent forest depletion, the government has even put in place cultivation programs, and they're doing their job. Finnish climate is harsh. Because of it and the way that its industry was structured after the Second World War, Finland's per capita energy consumption ranks among the highest in the world. Domestic energy sources only meet about 35% of Finland's energy requirements, so the rest has to be imported. But Finland doesn't want to be reliant on its neighbors like Germany or Russia for energy imports. Instead, it develops renewables and especially nuclear alternatives. In 2022, the Olkiluoto 3 nuclear reactor went online, a third-generation pressurized water reactor, and the first to be completed in Europe in more than a decade. Finland also built first permanent storage facility for nuclear waste, potentially dealing with the biggest problem of nuclear energy: what to do with spent nuclear fuel. Nuclear now accounts for over 1/3 of all power generated in the country, and continues to distance Finland from fossil fuels. By the year 2030, Finland might reach France in terms of percentage of energy generated by nuclear power. As far as trading goes, the country is well integrated in the global economy. International trade represents about a third of the country's GDP.
Wow.
It trades with Russia, China, the UK, the United States, and the EU. The European Union is the country's most important trading partner. In fact, Finland trading policies are managed by the EU. And Finland is the only Nordic country to have accepted the euro instead of its own currency. When you talk about Finland or any other Nordic nation, you really can't avoid talking about the taxes, because taxes are sky high. Finland collects over 44% of its GDP in taxes. The average tax rate is between 26 and 33%. High-income earners who make more than $100,000 per year would pay 40 to 44%. And if you make, let's say, around $1 million a year, you're looking at 60 to 62% tax rate. Super wealth simply does not exist in Finland. But there is also no super poverty either. And Finns possess an incredibly strong social security system with lots of benefits. Staying in a great hospital for multiple days for childbirth wouldn't cost more than a few €100. Parents are gifted a baby basket with almost all the necessities for the first year of their child's life. Parental leave policies are generous for both parents. Healthcare in general is of the highest quality and pretty much free for everyone. Finland invests in education heavily too, and its education system is not only unique, but possibly the best one in the world.
Beautiful.
Judge for yourself. The entire education is free, the facilities are amazing, there are almost no mandatory tests, and students are evaluated on grading systems created by their teachers, who all hold master's degrees. Yes, becoming a teacher in Finland is rather difficult. Only those who have been in the top 10% of graduates even get a shot at this. Then you have to earn a master's degree, and only after that are you qualified to be a school teacher. And being one is as respectable in Finland as being a doctor or an engineer. In school, students get to study multiple languages, enroll in mixed abilities classes, pick up a variety of handy skills, and try themselves in different areas. Because Finns think that children should enjoy their childhood, the minimum age for joining elementary school is 7 years old. And by design, school years are also when kids are introduced to the work-life balancing. The students get very little homework and finish almost all of it during school hours, so they get to spend the rest of the day however they please. And the work-life balance is at the core of work in Finland. At this point, it's a part of the culture. You don't overwork, you probably take all of your vacation leaves, and you're not that eager about getting a promotion or fear of being fired. High taxes, at least in Nordic countries, allow for a great safety net. You're not at risk if you lose or quit your job for many months. Finns can actually quit their jobs simply because they don't enjoy what they do and need some time to rest and explore other career paths. The concept that is unheard of in most of the world.
Piece of our own humanity to be able to walk past another human being that is in such difficult situation.
Speaking of things unheard in the rest of the world is almost complete resolution of homelessness. Finland discovered a truly genius solution. If a person had become homeless for whatever reason, they're simply provided with a house.
That's interesting.
That's right, this housing first approach is way different to what is practiced, say, in the United States, where a homeless individual is first required to jump through many hoops and prove himself worthy of housing in the first place. A process that takes years and still isn't a guarantee of success. Finland chose another path and simply decided to provide housing first and then all possible support for rehabilitation. With state backing, new residential blocks are being built, old ones are being renovated into comfortable homes, and sometimes the government even buys out apartments for that purpose. So far, this radical approach has been successful.
The cold weather is highlighting the number of people without housing, and it's not just single men and women struggling to stay sheltered, but families as well.
Since its inception in 2008, homelessness rates have steadily decreased, and street sleeping, which was a significant issue even in Helsinki, where temperatures could drop to minus 20 degrees Celsius, has become extremely rare. Perhaps the most important thing in Finland's story, something that allowed it to achieve all that in the first place, is low corruption.
are again the main reasons behind the epidemic levels of corruption worldwide.
Vast majority, 76% of Europeans, think that corruption is widespread in their country.
The European Commission says the level of corruption across the European Union is breathtaking.
For many years, the Transparency International Index has ranked Finland among the top 5 least corrupt countries in the world. Public opinion and other global indexes share the same sentiment. Corruption is low in Finland and has always been. In fact, an overwhelming majority of people in Finland do not witness cases of corruption by public officials or institutions in their lifetime. And the corruption that does exist is often attributed to wealthy individuals and corporations.
Now, prosecutors in Greece have frozen all assets of a Greek member of the European Parliament, 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐿𝐿, who's been arrested in Belgium accused of corruption.
The reasoning for this being so important is this. Even less successful countries than Finland often have good policies, at least on paper. But if a country is corrupted, then their proper execution is simply not possible in the first place. Somehow, at some point, someone will waste funds, embezzle them, or allow blatant incompetence to go unnoticed. And if corruption is really high, no funds at all will ever reach people. So is this it? Is low corruption the real reason why Finland is so successful? Well, yeah, kind of. Its economy is not extraordinary by any means, just like the economies of other Nordic nations. It's not an economic powerhouse, it's not rich in natural resources, it never stacked up on German gold that it never had to return. Finland simply played the cards that were dealt to it, and it did it right. It had its fair share of difficulties, but since it wasn't corrupt, nothing really got in the way of overcoming them.
Wow, guys, that was indeed an interesting video right there. Okay, Finland's economy. All right, guys, corruption is draining. It's a draining situation for countries. Okay, and I'm sure the low corruption rate in Finland is what has brought them to success. Okay, this isn't it beautiful to know that the corruption in Finland is quite low. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Okay, guys, I love the way Finland approach issues. Okay, they have a very unique way of solving problems. Okay, they've helped in stopping homelessness in Finland, and that's quite amazing. Guys, they provide houses and other stuffs for those people, take them off the streets, give them shelter. Guys, that's really amazing. Okay, guys, I must really applaud them for that. Okay, providing educational equipment and infrastructures. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, all right, guys, share your thoughts, share your opinions, your comments in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, always drop in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.